The most exciting thing about a new league year are the new league rules. The owners' meetings are going down. There's some new rules we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the preview matchup, the practice matchup against the 49ers and the Raiders. I think that's going to be really interesting. And we're going to talk about the plan at quarterback. Right here, I got my man Jason Hurley in the building, and we're going to break it down right here on the Wayne Breezy Show. Stick around.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05067 Wheezy. This is not a gang. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats, and I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded, I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah, breezy this.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wayne Breezy, and I got the great Jason Hurley in the building. And welcome to the Wayne Breezy Show. We got a great show for you. I'm just looking at the members of the Breezy's bunch. They're already in here. Let's give a quick shout out to everybody. Peachy Brown is in the building. Good morning, everyone. Happy Hump Day. Jedi is in the building. We'll get down to some of that good stuff. Shout out to Jedi. Miss Debbie is also in the building. Good morning, Wayne. Midweek, and I hope everything is sweet on your end, my friend. Blessings to the BBs. Joining this morning, remember to hit that like button, y'all. Troy's in the building. What's going on? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hashtag BB. Let's go. Boss. Hashtag BB. What up, Niner fam? Yeah, a trade is coming. I was thinking of the Doobie Brothers with the train is coming, but a trade is coming. Might have to do a little spinoff of that. Jax Knox is in the building. Good mornings, faithful. Sound like you from the country south. Hashtag BB. Shout out to Jax. Nia's in the building. Happy Wednesday, faithful. With the hashtag BB. Christy Marie is in the building. I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit better, sis. Morning, y'all. Hashtag BB as well. Uncle Scott's in the building. What's up, Breezy? What's going on, Uncle Scott, with the hashtag BB? My man Dion Niner Gang Podcast, Morning Breezy, and Dale. It's not Johnny Dale. It's Jason Hurley. Did I say Johnny Dale at the beginning of the show? I thought I said Jason. Anyway, it's all good. Can't remember what I said. It's all good. VZ408 with the hashtag BB. Shout out to you. Shadow Vision is in the building. And Joker, the members of the Breezy Bunch are here. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the subscribers to the channel. Shout out to my man Fernando. He's out there watching the show. Everybody else that's watching the show, we truly appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Before we get the show started, we like to get through the formalities. I definitely wanted to shout out the Breezy's Bunch. And here you go. If you want to become a member of the Breezy's Bunch, super simple. All you got to do is join right here. You click that little join button. It's right there in the corner, left-hand corner, right next to the logo. It's super easy to find. Join, Join. You click on it, boom, you'll be a member of the Breezy's Bunch. If not, make sure you like. Don't forget to comment. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I put my own effects on my voice, yo. Jason, I know I'm crazy. Jason's like, Breezy. Okay. On a whole nother different crazy level. Subscribe to the podcast as well. It's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify. If you are listening on one of those streams or any of your streaming podcasts of choice, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment, and don't forget to rate the podcast. It's super important. All right. Exclusive content will be on the Patreon. It's patreon.com/@WayneBreezy. All right. We're still rocking on Twitch. So if Twitch is still up there, you guys are watching on Twitch, don't forget to like, don't forget to follow on there. You can subscribe too for free if you have Amazon Prime. Now it's like $5 a month. All right. Just to let you know, Twitter, subscribe at the Wayne Breezy. All right. As well as on Instagram and Facebook at the Wayne Breezy. The website is up and going. www.twben.com. All right. And if you want the apparel, you can go to the shop. It's right there on the front page of the website too. But if you want to skip the front page of the website, just /shop. There you go. All right. And don't forget to check out the latest news at the 49ers webzone.com. We're going to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. All right here over at Residency. You can see I'm rocking the Residency cap. I'll tell you something about these caps. They make different types of hats. They got strapbacks, they got snapbacks. They don't have fitteds, and I know a lot of people are waiting on the fitteds, and I believe something might be coming out soon. I've been putting in the bid for fitted caps. I know they fit a little different on the forehead of us, right? And so a lot of people like to wear the actual hat fitted according to their head size. But listen, you can go to residency.com, www.residency.com, use the promo code SF Breezy, and you can save on your purchase today. Shop Residency. Do so by using that promo code SF Breezy. Jason, what's going on, baby?
Not much, Breezy. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just enjoying the off season. It's owners meeting time.
Yep.
And it's you know, I think we yearn to hear from our general manager always first, and
hmm
then the coach. It's like the general manager is the leadoff batter, and then our coach comes and cleans stuff up. I don't know if that's how you take it, but that's what's
Yeah.
going on, and I'm excited to talk about it today with you. I haven't really spoken to anybody one on one about some of their thoughts and takes on it. So yeah, I mean, how's your off season going so far? I mean, I know you're writing, you're hosting and webmastering a website. Guys, go to 49erscap.com for the latest in 49ers news, as well as the salary cap, like how it keeps changing as far as we keep getting players. Our players are going up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all going good. Yeah. Not nothing spectacular or crazy going on, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. The draft is about 4 weeks away, and I
Right.
think that's what's most important at this
Yeah.
moment. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm just anticipating the draft. And it's crazy, Jason. We don't pick until the end of the third round. So is that the second night?
Yes. Day
All right,
day two. Well, night two, whatever you want
right.
to call
Because
it.
we don't pick to we literally pick at the end, right?
Yeah, 99, 101, and 102.
All right, so guys, the draft. All right, just a quick reminder: the draft is April 27th through the 29th. All right, just a reminder: April 27th through the 29th. Right now, the 49ers have 0 first round picks, which will be on that Thursday, I believe. I
Right.
don't right. So Thursday night, it's on for about an hour. They just do the first round. There'll be 31 teams selecting on Thursday night. Why 31, Jason? Do you know?
Because Miami Dolphins had to forfeit their first round pick.
Yeah. The Dolphins
They,
made a boo-boo.
yep, boo boo.
Were they
Big time.
tampering? I think they were tampering, right?
Yeah, it was about Sean Payton and Tom Brady.
Hey
Yeah.
man, you go against the rules and you lose. I think that's what comes down. But there's the draft, April 27th through the 29th. We'll be doing a live stream. We'll be simulcasting with Nothing But Niners. So that whole weekend, it'll be Nothing But Niners and Nitty Gritty Niners and Wayne Breezy and the crew, Peachy. Like we'll be doing it together. So that's going to be interesting. So guys, one stop shop. You'll get the whole draft weekend, and it'll be on both channels for those that want to know. So you can support both channels. All right. So that's going to be really cool to watch. But Friday is the day that, or the night, day and night that the 49ers get a chance to, draft. Let me just ask you this. Your thoughts about the 49ers. Are they staying pat at the end of the draft, or do you feel like they're going to move up?
I think they're going to move up from 99 and then move back from 102.
Ooh. So move up from 99 into the third round, right? Or are they going to stay in the third round, or you think they're going
Yeah,
to? Okay,
I think they'll stay in the third round.
okay.
It'll probably be too rich to get into the second round.
I agree. I agree. I'm cool with it. I'm cool around that 75, 75th pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And then you said they might trade down from 102.
just because they don't have a fourth round pick, and it'd be nice to
Hmm.
have a fourth round pick. If they could get two fourth round picks, one kind of early and then later in the fourth, depending on how trades happen during the week
Okay.
or during the first 2 days.
All right. So we'll see how that pans out, guys. And again, the NFL draft is from April 27th through the 29th. Jason, I want to start this show off with talking about the NFL
Mhm.
because the NFL has a set of new rules.
Yep.
The one thing you're going to get, uh, at the beginning of every year are some new rules. Like this is where the owners come together and they vote on what's going on, and a lot of petitions go out, and then the new rules are either going to get voted in or voted out. Now I have the list here, and I want to go through them. They're different. It's a bunch of different stuff, right? So it's not just new rules that were made. It's some things that are amended as well. So
Yep.
when I'm looking at, let's see, ooh, there's a lot. All right, so these are the rules that were approved. All right, now let's start with number one. This says by Philadelphia. So I guess the Eagles were the one that wanted this one
Hmm.
more than anything. They sent this one in, and it amends Rule 5, Section 1, Article 2 to permit the use of zero. Start there. This is interesting, right? To
Yep.
permit the use of zero as a jersey numeral, to allow kickers and punters to use any jersey numeral between 0 through 49, then 90 to 99.
Yep.
Let's talk about that first rule. What are your thoughts on it? I'm curious to know.
I like it. I like the idea of having a player wear number 0, because technically it is a number.
It is. It's a
So
it's a
why
zero
not
number.
have it? Yeah. So why not? I mean, yeah. I think Calvin Ridley of the Jaguars said he's going to wear 0.
He declared that he was going to wear zero. You're 100% correct. So interesting because I got to ask you about this, and I'm all for it. I like the number zero.
Mhm.
Jason Tatum wears zero. I think of some of my favorite basketball players that were really good. Russell Westbrook wore zero. Zero is a cool number. In college, we have a player on our team that wore the number zero. Now he changed his number a few times in college, but Diamador Lenore wore zero.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him switching to zero? Do you think he's gonna make that change? And does it cost money, Jason, to make the change?
It'll cost money if the player has like jersey sales already done.
Let's talk about it.
Like Debo. Let's take Debo for instance. He put out something where he said, "I want number 1, but the NFL wants to make me pay way too much
Right.
for it." Because he would have to pay back, people who bought the jersey 19
Yep.
and
It-
any type of apparel that's been bought.
right. So for those that don't understand it, Jason broke it down perfectly. Okay. If you're a superstar in the league and you don't want to spend that bread, then just stick with your number
Yep.
because you have tons of jersey sales. And what you're gonna have to do is buy, not you don't have to pay the people back. You have to buy
Right.
all of the remaining jerseys
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
are still at that number, and then you can go ahead and switch your number off.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Debo's gonna have to spend a lot of money to switch to number one. Now, for those that don't know, Debo wore number one in college at South Carolina. I would love
Right.
for him to be number one because that would be kind of dope because he feels he's number one. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
It
And then it'll
is.
be cool. You have one and then you have 11 on both on opposite sides of the field. That's gonna be really cool. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Would you spend the money if you had Debo's bread, right? Would you spend that bread?
Yeah, I would.
There it is.
I would do it.
There it is. If the price is right, you spend that bread. Hey, we're talking about Diamador Lenore. I'm not sure
Hmm.
what his jersey sales are, but I'm sure that they didn't sell through the roof yet. This might be the most opportune time for him to take
Yeah.
advantage of this league rule. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And jump
oh
ship.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Him or I believe also Womack were zero at one point. So
Really?
yeah, someone sent me a GIF, a GIF of Womack wearing the number zero in college at Toledo.
I'm looking it up right now. Samuel Womack, ladies and gentlemen, the 49ers fifth round pick last year in the draft. Samuel Womack's collegiate number. Let's see if we can find it. Toledo. That'd be crazy if he wore zero too. He did. I have the picture right here. He wore zero. Woo! So now this is interesting because now this could become a bidding war.
Yep,
And if I'm not mistaken, Diamador Lenore was a 6th round pick. Can't
fifth
remember.
round pick,
He was a fifth
fifth
round
round,
too.
fifth round, 2021, and
Okay,
then Womack, fifth round, 2022.
Jason, get the numbers up. I want to know who made more money because that's what this is gonna come down to. Get the
Demo
yeah.
makes more money this year. He makes boy, what is it, 940?
God dang.
140,000.
Good God. Oh, well, listen, that's some bread, but I think his money go a little bit longer than Samuel Womack's.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
definitely. Womack is at 825, I think it is, or
Hey, if I
840.
if I'm Womack, I'll just rock with 26 until
Yeah,
until I crack the roster as a starter. And
yeah.
Diamador Lenore is gonna be a starter. All right, so check with this out. Diamador Lenore, we don't know how much it's gonna cost for him to make the change. I'm curious to know. Miss Debbie gave us the figures, how much it would cost if Debo switched from 19 to 1.
It's a lot
It
of
would cost
money.
him $1.5 million.
That's a lot of money. Well, to us,
Well,
that's
to us,
a
that's a lot. I mean, that's
shitload.
probably a lot of money for
Oh,
him too.
us.
That's
Yeah,
he,
that's a lot of money.
he probably spends that amount of money on his Jordans or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know,
He
right?
stays fresh. Oh, he got them big old red bubble shoes. You see them joints?
Yeah, I saw them. He was at a basketball game. I forget which game it was.
Yeah. I was like, oh, now the way he wore them was kind of dope. Like, you know what I mean? I got you,
Hmm.
Paul. I'm looking at the gift right now, about to retweet it. Yeah, Womack wore zero. Interesting. I'm curious to know if we'll have a bidding war. The cool thing is this, right? You look at our DB's room, right? You got zero. There's nobody wearing one because Jimmy Ward is gone.
Hmm.
You got Mooney Ward wearing two, right?
7.
7. Who's two?
It was Verrat, but
So
he's a
that's
free
gone.
agent. Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna need some number switchings. I'm gonna need some number changes. I want the DBs to be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would just be so dope. And 4 is available now too because Emmanuel Mosley is gone.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I know we're talking about that number 0, the first rule change. But listen, we'll see what happens. Diamador, Lenore, or Samuel Womack. That's the poll question I'm gonna put up at some point today. Who should wear the 0? All right. So somebody remind me of that. I would really appreciate that. All right, let's get to number the next rule that was approved. Now again, there's a bunch of rules that go in, and I have the NFL's list on what was actually approved. This is by the Chargers. All right. Amends Rule 463, Article 3 and Section 7, Article 4 to make adjustment of the play clock. Now, this is interesting. To make adjustment of the play clock following an instant replay reversal consistent with other timing rules. I'm just going to keep reading them on so that everybody can know the rules. That was by the Chargers. By Houston, number 7, it amends Rule 15, Section 1, Article 2 to expand the replay official's jurisdiction to allow for review on failed fourth down attempts. What are your thoughts on that one?
That I really don't understand. Kind of.
So they're going to extend the official's jurisdiction to allow for review on failed fourth down attempts. So I think they may take fourth down attempt. The way I'm interpreting this is that possibly it doesn't have to come down to the officials. Somebody in New York or far away, that's expanding the jurisdiction, can make a ruling
Okay.
about fourth down. That's how I'm
Yeah.
taking it. I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but that's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm
That makes more sense to me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep.
Which what game? It was a 49ers game. It could have been the Philly game, but there was a game where I felt like the refs effed up and the league should have overrid it. Do you remember what game that was? Like they should have overrode that joint. I forgot what the call was, and
Was it in the NFC Championship game
I
the
think so.
Devontae Smith catch? That wasn't a
Yes,
catch.
yes.
That
On
was not
that
a
was
catch.
That was not a catch. It was on a fourth down. See how this rule is coming. Now Houston wanted this rule. They put this rule out there. And see, Emilio said it was the Eagles game. Chiron, Eagles game. Good morning, everybody out there. Shout out to everybody watching. Appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get these likes up, guys. Steve, thank you for the video. I will download that. This is crazy, bro. Because I remember, and I'm like, that, oh, and since we're bringing up old stuff, Jason, that right there, that moment changed the game. Like,
Oh, big time.
it kept their drive alive and they were able to score off of it.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. So this is saying that now, even though the rule was that the New York office was supposed to have, be able to override it then. That was the rule, like then. But it seems like the rule just got amended a little bit about allowing them to expand the jurisdiction. Here's the next one. This was by committee. All right, we're going to get through these fast as quick as we can. To change the definition of a launch to leaving one or both feet by a competition committee to make the penalty for tripping a personal foul. What was the penalty on tripping? Was it 10 yards?
Yeah, I think it was 10 yards.
So now if it's a personal foul, is it 15 yards?
Yeah, I would think so.
Oh. So guys, if we trip, it's 15 now. Shout out to Eddie G. What's going on out there, family? If we trip, it's 15 yards. We got a couple of those. Number 12 by competition committee to make the penalty for illegal handling the ball forward consistent with other illegal acts such as illegal forward passes. Okay. I don't know why they need to change anything like that. It should just penalty is a penalty.
Yep.
By commission committee to make the penalty for illegal punts, drop kicks, or place kicks consistent with other illegal acts such as illegal forward passes. All right. I don't recall of anybody doing any type of an illegal punt, but
No.
hey. That was 13. Number 15 by competition committee to prevent the offense from benefiting by extension of the half as a result of their foul. I got to break that one down. To prevent the offense benefiting by an extension of the half as a result of their foul. Okay, we'll figure that one out at some point in life. To clarify the use of the helmet against opponent by removing the butt, the ram, the spear language from Article 8 and incorporating those actions into impermissible use of the helmet. So I guess I didn't know you could lead. I didn't know you could do that stuff anyway. All right.
Yeah,
So
I didn't even.
those are the new
Yeah.
rules. Those are the rules that got approved. There's a rule up here that did not get approved. Jason. Do you know what that rule is?
Yep. The alternate fourth, our alternate onside kick.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this rule that did not get approved by the league or by the competition committee or things like that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that because I like what. All right, what are your thoughts on it?
I look at the XFL and I think it's working. So I don't know why the NFL is so dead set against having an alternate to an onside kick. That basically is almost not possible to do. I mean, maybe they're worried, you get the quarterback like a Mahomes and Allen, a Burrow, and they're just gonna make a crazy play.
I don't know.
I
I don't get it either. So, guys, I know that might sound boring, but listen, there's no amendment to the onside kick rule. The NFL did not approve it. If you watch the XFL, you can kind of see what we're talking about. They were trying to adapt that. That was brought up to the attention to the NFL to try to amend the onside kick. Here's the one that got me. How about that third quarterback rule that was potential? Did that get approved? Because I don't see that in here.
I haven't. I think they said that they're gonna talk about that later on
Okay.
in the off season. That wasn't um
But
talked at length about yet.
if they don't discuss that at the owners meeting, there's no other time to make it to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't understand.
So here's some approved rules by the bylaws. I'll just read these guys to you so you guys can have it, and then we'll move on. All right. There's three of them that were approved by the bylaws by competition committee to change the claiming period to Monday from players who are waived on the Friday and Saturday of last week of the regular season. So guys, when players get waived and they go onto that waiver wire, all right, the claiming period starts on that Monday if they were waived on Friday and Saturday. All right. Of the last week of the regular season. So you can still claim them. The next one, to insert strength of victory as the second tiebreaker for awarding contracts. And the one after that, to adjust the rules for postseason signings, account for standard elevations rule, to freeze postseason rosters, all that bull stuff. So there could be postseason signings. And then last but not least, approve resolution summaries. There are three of them. The first one was by Buffalo to make the regular season and postseason roster transaction deadlines the same. Changes the transactions deadlines for Saturday night. All right. The second one by the Chargers to provide greater clarity as to a player's availability for a game. You know how sometimes you'll see probable, doubtful, those type of things.
Yeah,
Well, they want more clarity. They're looking for more clarity about players' availabilities. And the last one, this was brought up by several teams: the Saints, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Bills, Carolina, the Browns, the Bears, the Cowboys. I'm trying to see if the 49ers are in there, which they are not, to establish one preseason roster reduction date and related procedures. All right. A bunch of rules have been sent out. There's some rules that we haven't discussed. I see Kyron is saying, "Hey man, what about the third quarterback rule? It's not even mentioned in the NFL communications. I thought it got brought up, but important. Apparently, there's nothing to talk about when it comes to that. What are your thoughts about that? Like, how is that not something brought up?
it makes no sense. We saw the debacle that was the NFC title game. You had Brocco he got hurt, then Josh Johnson got hurt, and then they were down to basically using CMC as the quarterback, like an option quarterback, or
Yeah,
like it made no sense. It makes no sense why they got rid of the rule in the first place. You used to have the rule where you could dress a third quarterback, but he wouldn't count against the um the active, like the 46 at the time.
correct.
Now it's 48, but if you want a third quarterback, it has to be part of the 48.
Correct. So what Jason is saying is you can still dress three quarterbacks. They're just going to count against an active roster spot. And Kyle Shanahan talked about that. And I think the reason why it's tabled as of right now is the simple fact that, what happened to the San Francisco 49ers was an anomaly. Like that's probably never going to happen to any other team, and hopefully it never ever happens to us again, right? But if it
So
does, Jason,
yeah,
that is where this rule is coming into play, and it's probably going to take some time. It's not going to happen right now because it happened to us. And if it would have happened to a team with a Tom Brady or one of them other type of teams, I guarantee you this rule would have got passed so fast it ain't even
yep,
funny. You know what I'm saying? Bomber T, I
exactly.
didn't mean to click off of that Bomber T because that was dope and I can't remember what it was and now I got to go back and find it. But he did mention about what was that rule? Oh, how about getting rid of turf? They should have made that a rule.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, players are boycotting it, and it's. I don't know. Here's the thing: can the NFL rule on something like that? They have zero control over it. It comes down to the owners. The owners have to spend the
Right.
money,
Yeah.
right?
I
So I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the owners can make that or the NFL itself. It would have to be like a unanimous type of vote to like say, okay, we're all going to go to regular natural grass
Yeah,
and get rid of the turf.
I agree.
But they haven't even spoken about that. Even though we saw how terrible the turf can be, we got Bosa hurt. We lost Bosa and Solomon Thomas in consecutive plays.
Same
The
game, bro.
ACL injuries, same game.
Same injury, same game. Not funny, but
Yeah, and
funny.
yeah, and then the following week,
You lose Jimmy.
we had Jimmy got hurt,
High ankle
and
sprain.
Jordan. Yep, Jordan Reed got hurt in the end zone, but it
That's
wasn't as
right.
serious.
It
Yeah,
was serious
he's
enough.
serious enough where these players are boycotting it. They hate it. It's not just our team; it's other teams too. They don't like the turf.
Yeah, that's why you have players like George Kittle, San Francisco 49er,
Yep.
that is seriously advocating it and doing the ballots and things like that. I forgot what you call it when you go around, you get enough signatures and things like that. They're really seriously trying to
Yeah,
boycott, you know,
a petition.
yeah, petition. That's what it's called. They're
Petition.
seriously
Yeah.
trying to petition, you know, the league. They're trying to get the league involved. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
League, get involved. We have to play on this stuff. We
Yeah.
don't want to play on this stuff. We rather play on natural grass. We get hurt on natural grass. Cool. At least it's natural. But if you
Yep.
put in this artificial stuff, now we're gonna get naturally hurt on fake stuff. It's almost like putting fake food in your body. Your body doesn't know what the hell it is. That's why it can't break the stuff down nutritional wise. So that's why you want to eat clean. You want to eat healthy foods, whole foods, things like that. So at least if you're gonna eat fat that there's the fat that your body understands. Same thing with playing on this stuff. Play on the natural grass. That's what football was played on back in the days. How about this? Way less injuries with way less equipment back in the days too. Now I will say today's players are a little bit more dangerous. They're bigger, they're faster, they're quicker, they're stronger.
Hmm.
But hey man, get that grass stuff back, man. Get it going, get it popping. All right. So listen, that's a
Exactly.
recap of the league rules. Shout out to Jason, man. I appreciate you for just it's the most boringish stuff to talk about, bro. But
Yeah.
hey, we gotta
Hey,
make
it's
people aware. It's our job.
gotta have to.
Since we're talking about the stadium and things like that, let's talk about the league requesting 120. I mean, not the league, the team 49ers requesting 120 million to borrow from the league to upgrade Levi Stadium. Now, I don't know if you got a chance to read the article to really know what this is about, but when you first saw this, what were your thoughts? I'm just curious before you even read it, like just the headline.
Yeah, yeah. I just read the headline and I really wasn't sure what it was about, and I really haven't even read the article,
No
to
problem.
be
So
honest.
good, because now I can tell you what it's about. But let me, if you had to make an upgrade to Levi Stadium, everybody in the chat, if you can upgrade one upgrade to Levi Stadium, what would it be? Post it in the chat, Jason. If you can upgrade Levi Stadium, what would it be?
It would be the one section where the sun comes down so much onto you. Because I was at the 2021 opener, my only game, blessed enough to be able to go to a game, which was great. And I went to the opener against the Packers, and I sat on the side where we had no sun coming in,
Yep.
luckily. And the other side is where the sun would come down. And I think that would be a nice thing to upgrade
Okay.
because it gets hot out there.
Look, you got a lot of people saying, listen, we need a dome, we need a
Mm.
cover, we need a roof, um, put an awning at the top. If you've ever been to Levi Stadium, I don't care if you go in September or February, January, that sun at a certain time is going to
Mm.
F you up. Like
Yep.
it just hits. I don't know if the players take advantage of it. I don't know. Just to tell you how much something like that would cost, we're talking like $1.5 billion.
Wow.
Right. They only asked for 120 million. So clearly that ain't it. You know what I mean?
Nope.
People want the
Nope.
retractable roof. Listen, Like, am I the only one that wants them to upgrade their damn Wi-Fi? Like, whenever I'm out there, I'm a content creator. I gotta take clips and post them as quick as possible. That junk be stuck, Jason. I'll be like, yo, why is my server stuck? I gotta get off their
Yeah.
Wi-Fi to rock with AT&T. Like, like you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe I'm the only one that wants the Wi-Fi upgraded and to be was it fiber optic? I was about to say fiber optic, but fiber optic or something.
Right. Right.
Mix it
Yeah.
up. How is it? Wait, aren't we in the Silicon Valley when we're out there? Isn't that where technology is like created?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I just thought it was me. Maybe it's just me. But nah, a lot of people, some people want us to move back to Candlestick. I don't know if that'll ever be a possibility. I don't know what they did or why. I don't even know why we left Candlestick Park, to be honest with you. Other than that, the stadium was probably sinking. Like, I don't know why we left
Right.
San Francisco to move up north. That's a question that I would love to sit down and ask Jed York if I
Yep.
could. Make
Me
the
too.
seats longer. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. A lot of people say they don't have problems with the Wi-Fi. He says it's my
Hmm.
phone. Could be. I got two phones. I don't know how it could be my phone. Um, but it could be. It could be. It could be my phone. Could be what I'm trying to upload to videos or whatever. He said Wi-Fi is weak, Breezy. I thought it was just. I knew it wasn't just me. Could be. Maybe I'm just on 18, but I'm using their Wi-Fi. I think what they need to do is create some hotspots or something. Because if everybody's on
Yeah.
the same network, it's not going to work properly. Everybody's pulling from it. So that's just me. Other than that, what are your thoughts about the food there? I think the food's on point.
Yeah. Food's on point. Yeah.
Yeah, food's on point. All right, everybody says they
Yeah.
have excellent Wi-Fi there. Okay.
Hmm.
But then we have some that say Wi-Fi is weak. All right, so we kind of like, a little
50
teeny
50.
tiny against the Wi-Fi. I would love to hear the story from Emilio. I can tell you why, but it's a long story. Make sure you hit me up. I want to know the story. Find a way to hit me up, bro. Like, I need to hear that story. Um, and I'm with this. This is what I just said. I don't know how to say your name. Is it
Yeah.
Kua X? That's it. Just upgrade the Wi-Fi. That's it.
Yeah.
Fiber optics. I think I'm saying the right shit. Fiber.
Yeah.
So
Fiber optics.
yeah, just get fiber. Cool. Fiber's good
Yeah.
for the body. Makes you feel full longer too. I don't know what it does for your Wi-Fi. I'm sure it lasts longer. But listen, this is what it's actually going to be used for, Jason. So it's really shout out to JM617 to make upgrades for the World Cup that's going to be held there. Okay. And what do I mean by upgrades? I mean literally for the richer people, like those press
Yeah.
boxes. They're going to be luxury style. They're going to improve and make more of those for that for the bigger events or the other events I would say that's coming in. So they treat football like it's trash. The whole reason why we're there is for a football experience, but they're making the upgrades for the other experiences. Probably for that Beyonce concert that's going to cost 8 billion 400 trillion 75 million dollars, for a
Hmm.
ticket. Like that's probably what they're using that 120 million for. But there it is. For you guys that don't know, they're not upgrading the stadium for football purposes or for fan purposing. It's mainly for these other events that are going to be held at Levi Stadium. They want to make sure that those events are well taken care of and they can, fulfill the amenities. So there's your upgrades to Levi stadiums, guys. I'm sorry it's not what you guys thought it was. If you guys didn't get a chance to read the article, make sure you go check it out. I think Matt Barrows posted it. It's on the Athletic, so go check it out. It's a real good article, really good read, not boring at all. Because I guarantee you, the headline, even though I already told you what it was for, is going to get you in there, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, we about to upgrade the stadium," and then you're gonna be like, "Damn, it ain't for us." Let's talk about this joint practice against the
Yeah.
Raiders. Now, this has been declared by, I believe, a Raiders media person. 49ers versus Raiders joint practices. Who did we joint practice against last year? Was it Denver?
Um, the Vikings.
The Vikings. So it was the Vikings one year. I remember that. I remember Denver one year. I remember
Yep.
Houston because that's when
Yep.
Jimmy Ward got into a fight.
Yep.
Um, Over or under, Jason, the 49ers and the Raiders players get into 3 fights.
Over.
Damn. Over
I
and under that the 49ers fans and the Raiders fans get into 3 fights.
over.
Damn. So listen, this is the reason why we asking this question. I mean, I asked that question because believe it or not, for some reason, this is a dangerous game. I'm really
Yeah.
hoping. Oh, I remember the Chargers. Thank you, Daniel Garcia. I remember the Chargers. I'm really hoping that this is actually in Vegas. I know that sucks for the faithful because now you got to
Hmm.
travel to Vegas, but I feel like there are not really that many Raider fans in Vegas
Right.
because if those
Right.
Raider fans are coming from SoCal up to Northern Cal, like that to me, even though it's a longer trip, that to me is a little bit more dangerous because it's really the fans that get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 The
And so
fans, they get rowdy and they have a little too much to drink, and then they go at it.
look at what Raphael 562 says. After joint practice is over, the Raiders will cut Jimmy G. Let's talk about this. How many times will Fred Warner intercept Jimmy G? Give me a number. There's no over or under. You got to pick a
Three.
number.
Three. Let's go three.
3. Okay. Because I think the way the practices work, aren't there like 3 full practices where you're gonna see the 11 on 11s? All right. I'm cool with it. Look, let's get some of the numbers in here.
10.
Paul said
10.
10. I tell you what, Paul, he better intercept him every time. It should be no different when he was with San Francisco and they intercepted him. It should be every time. Fred should know Jimmy like the back of his book, like a back of a book. Kieran says 3. Kua says 2. No, Christy, that's a temperature. 104 degrees. That's a temperature. 104. Soup says 100. I love this. I love this a lot. Matthew 3. Look like the reasonable number is 3. Raphael 562
14.
says 14. Boss only says 1. Oh, snap. So you're telling me Jimmy, you know why? Jimmy has Josh Jacobs, right? They franchise tag him or something, or did they sign him?
Yep.
Okay,
They tagged him.
they tagged him. He'll have a really nice check down back.
Yep.
So boss might be he might be right. He might be right. No Border Sports says let's have a joint practice with the Rams before the season starts to set the tone. Dude, I don't think you want to practice against that team because we beat the team when we don't practice against them. Can you imagine actually practicing against them? I don't want to practice against the Rams because they're gonna steal shit. I rather like them
Yeah.
not ever see us ever until they see us and get beat. I don't know. That's my theory. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree completely.
Yeah.
I'd rather not practice jointly with them. Do a
That's
joint
funny.
practice.
Yeah. Like stay away from the Rams. Stay away from any NFC West teams.
Yeah.
You know. What's the division that we have this year? Last year was the AFC West. Is it the AFC South this year that we have full all 4 games? Can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. I can't remember.
They'll know in the chat.
I want to. Yeah. I
They'll,
want to
they'll
say
know in
that.
the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's AFC South. Look at me. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I did know because I did remember. I do remember reading it. Nope. Then it's the AFC North because we got Cleveland, we got Pittsburgh, we got
Right.
Bengals. Who else is in that division?
Browns,
Pittsburgh
Bengals, Steelers,
Steelers.
Ravens.
We got the Steelers too. Damn, it's all good. All right, so it's the North, and I think they all on the East Coast. I think they all on the East.
Got Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland.
Baltimore's the
And
South, right? Isn't
no,
Baltimore AFC South?
no, they're north,
Oh, so it's Baltimore, the Browns, the Steelers,
and the
and the
Bengals.
Bengals. There you go. There you go. 2 of those teams were playing at home. 2 of those teams were playing away. I think we got the Ravens and the Bengals at home, and the Browns and the Steelers away. I think that's how it is. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yep, guys, Baltimore's the North. I got it. So it's going to be cool to watch. I guess I could have just pulled it up, but this is going to be cool. It's going to be really interesting to see if we can sweep the AFC South. What are your thoughts? Like, what do you think the 49ers are going to go against the AFC South? Last year against the AFC West, I believe we went 2-2. We lost to the Chiefs and we lost to the Broncos.
I think we beat the Browns. I think we beat the Steelers. And then I think we beat the Ravens. Because I'm not sure what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be with the Ravens. So that's a good
Yeah.
point. Oh, that's cool. I want to talk about the quarterbacks we got to play. So, Deshaun Watson, we'd
Yep.
question mark around the Ravens. Kenny Pickett from the Steelers,
Yep. And
and
then
and
Joe
then Joe
Burrow.
Burrow. Who's the
That'll
best
be the
quarterback
tough
in that division? Do you think?
Burrow.
If Lamar Jackson was, you whoa, 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 let's have this conversation. Joe Burrow's better than Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
I, I,
I
I'm
have.
banking,
I,
I'm,
I
I'm
have.
banking, I'm banking on
You're,
Deshaun Watson having a Deshaun Watson year now that he's been in the Cleveland system for at least a year. That's why I'm asking. You know, everybody's.
yeah. I. Yeah. That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
I get why it's tough. I know what we saw from Watson last year. He was trash, but that was like
Yeah.
his first year coming back to the league after some
He
dumb
had.
shit.
Yeah. He hadn't played the previous year.
Okay,
He
at
hadn't
this
played in like 2 years.
okay. All right.
Yeah. At the moment, Joe is better, but I think Deshaun Watson gives you more flexibility with his legs.
Some of y'all comments, he clears massage Watson. This is gonna be so cool, man.
Ooh.
Burrow's still better. Um, we'll see. They did improve their offensive line for Joe Burrow this year, but they may be
Yep.
losing Joe Mixon, but they may be drafting a different type of running back. So it's going to be interesting.
John.
Guys that are
John
giving
Ross.
super chats, don't worry. We're going to definitely get to those toward the end of the show. I promise. I'm starring them so I won't miss out on them. I appreciate the super chats. Keep them coming in, and we'll definitely get to them toward the end of the show. All right. Got one more thing we definitely want to get to, and that is the plan at quarterback. All right. If you guys don't know, the 49ers did sign offensive tackle Matt Pryor. We don't have the details as of yet to like how much it's going to cost. We do know that it's a 1 year deal. But
Yep.
once we get those details, Jason will make sure he breaks it down for you guys and get you the numbers and to show you that the 49ers are, still working. Really quick, Jason, off the top of your dome piece, how much money we working with?
Around 2.5 million.
That's not even enough to sign our draft picks.
Well, we can sign them because the top 51 only count,
Already count
and
against the
only the
cap,
third round picks will count.
which
And
is
when you
why you
sign the
said,
third, yep, when you
mhm,
sign the third round picks, 3 players making 870,000 will come down off that top 51.
which is why you stated that you think, and if you listen to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, like they're all about approving the team, but they're all about keeping the money right. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
guys got that, but that's what I got from both of them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cool. We want to improve this roster. We want to get this guy. We want to spend this money. But listen, there's some guys we're not going to be able to keep. You know what I'm saying? And so, we'll listen to some of that. We're going to get down to the meat and potatoes of the show. But I'm glad you brought that out because you said, which was
Mm-hmm.
dope, that you think we trade up in the third round and trade away one of those third round picks, which will only allow us to keep 2 third round picks, which will help relieve some of the salary cap.
Yeah.
It's so dope, Jason, the way you think. I love the way you think, bro. I
Thank
love the
you.
way you think. I
Thank
do.
you.
I do. All right, let's talk about the quarterback's plans. The quarterback's plan. That's what the show is all about. I know everybody's tuned in. They want to talk about this. Listen, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have spoken about all 3 quarterbacks. I'm not sure if we were getting different views, but it sounded like we were getting different stories on at least the quarterbacks. I think we were getting different stories on the quarterbacks. It seems like that they're not on the same page, or is this part of their game plan? I don't know. But let's talk about the quarterback's plan and let's have a quick discussion about it. Um, let's talk about Brock Purdy being quarterback 1. Let's just start there. Both John, John Lynch came out and stated first that that was going to be the quarterback, and then everybody else, blah 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 blah. Kyle co-signed it, so let's have that discussion about quarterback 1.
Okay. Um, my feelings about it is,
Sure.
I mean, Brock proved himself that he can play in the system and play well. He finished every game he started and finished, he won.
Mhm.
But at some point you got to give Trey a chance too.
Okay. Which and so I agree with that. I think the issue for me is there is no issue. Brock clearly was the best quarterback on the roster last year. I mean,
Right.
let's not kid ourselves. He was the best quarterback on the roster last year.
Better than Jimmy, better than Trey, better than Johnson.
All right, let me reframe that. He performed the
Better.
best.
Right.
Right. I don't know if he was the better option going in,
Right.
but we
Right.
don't care because we didn't use him week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. It wasn't until week 6 or week 7 that he actually even saw the field to,
Right.
like, to be. I remember him coming in the game and him not looking good, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good when they were
Yeah.
trying to like relieve some stuff. But listen, Brock Purdy's quarterback one. I think there's no question about it. There's if and when he's healthy. That was the quote. That was kind of like the statement.
Yeah.
If and when he's healthy, Brock is the guy because he performed. That's what John Lynch said. He performed to be that. And I'm cool with that. I'm all for it. I want people to think I'm against Brock Purdy. But you said something. You said Trey Lance should get a chance. Let's talk about Trey Lance's chances because this is where it gets different. Now, I do believe, this is just me, that Kyle Shanahan somewhat believes in Trey Lance more than John Lynch. I believe it. I believe it a
Yeah.
little bit. And here's why. I'm gonna let you listen to what Kyle Shanahan said about Trey Lance. Trey Lance. Let me get the video clip. I'm not gonna
Okay.
play it for you because I don't want to get flagged, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it so you can hear it. Here we go. Hold on a second. I gotta get the right audio.
Had a hell of a year. We only got 1.5 games or 1.25. And then he went out, opened up an opportunity for Jimmy. Jimmy got hurt and opened it up for Brock. And Brock played 8 games and won all of them and played at an extremely high level. And we're very excited to have that level of a player as our quarterback. Now, we believe Trey can be that. I think he would have done it last year if he stayed healthy. The good thing for him is with Brock being hurt and stuff, he has an opportunity to try to regain that and everything. And that's also why we brought in Sam, because we can't be set for sure on Brock because you never know how the injury will go. We think it will go well, and we're optimistic about it. But right now, that's on hold. And so it opens up an opportunity for Trey and for Sam to come in and show us what they have.
Interesting, right? Because he said
Yeah.
that, this is the way the 49ers have been, guys. I'm sorry. It's quarterback comes in, quarterback is ready to go, quarterback gets hurt, the next man up on deck comes in, and if they perform well, sorry, like it is what it is. This is just kind of like what I've been seeing with the 49ers quarterbacks ever since I started becoming a fan. I go back to Joe Montana. He gets injured. Here comes Steve Young. Then all of a sudden they're all in on Steve Young. They really don't give Joe Montana the reins back. They trade him to Kansas City. He's gone.
Mhm.
Then we get the Alex Smith and the Colin Kaepernick situation. And now then we get the Trey Lance and the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. And now it's Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and then they threw in a curveball with Sam Darnold, which I
Yeah.
understand now.
Mhm.
I understand. But here's the thing, right, Jason? So it sounds like he's still in on Trey. Do you get that, or is it just me?
Yeah. Yeah. I get that he still believes in Trey.
Okay. So I want everybody
Definitely.
to know that two people, myself, Jason, feels that Kyle Shanahan is not giving up on Trey. That doesn't mean he won't trade him, but it
Right.
means he's open for a chance for Trey to come in and do his thing. A lot of people feel like that they're moving on from Trey, they're giving up on Trey. I don't think that's how Kyle's looking at it because he
No.
talked about Brock Purdy and the injury. And so even though Brock Purdy is number one on their bubble sheet for the depth chart, he's also injured. Now,
Yeah.
he talked about that he can possibly be ready week 1, he could possibly be ready week 4. We don't know. Like
Yeah.
they don't
We
know,
have no idea.
no idea. So, with that being said, let's talk about how do you see who's going to be quarterback 2? We know who quarterback 1 is. Let's talk about
Right.
quarterback 2 or quarterback 1A or however you want to preface this. Let's focus on that because now the way I'm getting this competition battle, Brock Purdy's out of the competition because he can't participate. So the competition is coming down to two players and a guy that they're going to draft that they're hoping they can hit on again. Okay, because I think they drafted quarterback. We'll talk
I
about
do
that. We'll end
too.
it with that. Talk about
Yeah.
Sam Darnold versus Trey Lance. Now, I want to get your thoughts on that first, and then I have a couple of questions I'll ask you.
Okay. I think Sam has a chance, but I do think Trey will be quarterback too. And I think he'll start the season off as a starter.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with it, but it all comes. How can I say this? I'm with that. That's you know what this is what I'm trying to say. That's what I want. That's what I want. You ask me
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Wayne Reason, what do you want? Oh, I want Trey to start. Why? I want to see what the kid can do at
Me
the end of
too.
the day. Now, Kyle spoke about how last year Trey had zero competition and the job was handed to him. He handed Trey the keys.
Right.
Unfortunately, he got injured. He
Yep.
got injured. And it allowed a quarterback like Brock Purdy to come in who came in developed. They didn't know he was going to do that. And so that changes the wrinkle in time just a little bit. Now, when you're looking at Trey Lance, you're going into the season. My theory is why not give him the keys again? That's kind of like
Exactly.
what I'm thinking. But they throw a wrinkle in there because what if they don't believe or they feel they're going to hold off a little bit on Brock? He's not costing them a lot of money and they feel like they can still win games with the Trey Lance. They bring in a Sam Darnold who they feel will be some type of competition for Trey. Okay. But if anything was to happen to a Trey Lance, at least they have another young kid that could come in here who has NFL experience and can keep the wheels moving until they are ready to release Brock back into action. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I agree. Yeah. That completely.
Yeah.
Brock. Excuse me. My voice. Brock is definitely quarterback one if he was healthy. But yeah, Trey and Sam, I think you said is 100% what I believe.
I guess what would you do if, Brock gets cleared, sometime like week 2, but Trey Lance won week 1? I'm curious to
I,
know what Jason would do. Brock gets
I
cleared to play week 2, but Trey won week 1. Like they won week 1 with Trey Lance.
you stay with Trey. You stay with the hot hand. I think if he played well enough, where he had a good amount, 250 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, whether he threw an interception or whatever. If he played well enough, you stick with Trey because I'm not sure Brock is definitely going to be 100%.
Even when he comes in to play football.
Right.
Right. I get what you're saying. Interesting. Interesting thought. So here's the quarterback's plan that I'm proposing, and you can agree or disagree with it. I start Brock on the PUP. Agree or
Yep.
disagree?
Agreed.
So when you start a player on the PUP, guys, that means they're going to miss the 4 first weeks of football, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. They can't participate. They can't do anything. Like they just miss football for 4 weeks. Then the practice window opens. That could take another couple of weeks.
You have 3 weeks to activate them.
There you go. And so I'm thinking possibly week 7, which was around the time Brock came in last year.
Right.
So if anything is to happen, let's say the 49ers are by week 7, let's say they're 3-4, then you make the switch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. So my proposed plan, start Brock on the PUP. What caused me a little confusion was that Kyle talked about the 2 phases. So phase 1 is going to be OTAs. That's going to be May. Phase 2 is going to be training camp, guys. So pay attention to what's going down. So phase 1 is going to be OTAs, but he talked about them splitting reps in phase 1. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Trey gets the majority of the first team reps, and Darnold gets some of them. I don't think Darnold's going to get the majority of them. I think they will split it. I don't think it's going to be 50-50. I think it might be more like 60-40, 70-30.
That's interesting because when we talk about split, you automatically think 50-50 right down the middle.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I guess for me it's like I guess you want Sam Darnold to get familiar with the ones. So if you put him in
Yeah.
here, they did this last year, so we shouldn't be all like jacked up. I think last year they also split reps, and Nate Sudfeld got reps. Remember, Jimmy
Yup.
couldn't practice last year, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, so Jimmy couldn't practice last year
Jimmy
during
didn't.
training camp.
He didn't even have a playbook.
He didn't even have the playbook because they were planning on moving on from Jimmy. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
Yeah, a
Until
lot of
Nate
people are saying do
Sudfeld.
Rush Brock back too. By the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
I think that number you gave was dope. Big Daz even agrees with it. 70-30 for
Hmm.
Trey simply because he needs the reps. I wouldn't
Yes.
even be mad if they go 80-20.
Right.
And this is what's important. I promise you, Jason, this is what's important. The split. That's going to be most important. If it's 50-50, then we need to start scratching our heads. And then you need to start worrying a little bit about Trey. If it's 50-50.
Yes. Yes.
If that number is higher up for Trey, 60-40, the higher the number for Trey, the more likely Trey's going to get. That means he's doing well, and they're
Hmm.
trying to get him the reps. Because the difference between Trey Lance and any of these other quarterbacks, reps.
Yep.
Reps. That's the difference. That's the difference. He needs to play football. He needs the reps. He needs to go through the plays. He needs the time, the timing, and things like that. I'm going with the 80-20 split like Paul. I believe that's going to be the number, and I'm all good for it. What's going on, Rick? Bomber T says it's going to be 50-50. Kun route runs a democracy. I know. Bomber T, this is what it's going to be, which is what's going to cause the mass confusion amongst the faithful. And every beat writer and every media trained person out there is going to take that and run to hell and high water with it, family. That's what they're going to do. I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be running. Because I'm telling you, that's what Kyle's going to do. Just because Kyle can be, because he can do that. He can do that. He can do that. So far, we in agreement with the quarterback's plan moving forward. We're going to rest Brock Purdy, and we're going to battle it out between Trey and Sam Darnold. And then Kyle also mentioned possibly signing another free agent. I got to get your thoughts on that. Or drafting a quarterback. First of all, which one do you think Kyle Shanahan is going to do? Are they going to sign another free agent quarterback, or will they draft a guy that if they feel like there's a guy that's available?
I think they draft the guy.
Now, what round do you think the 49ers will spend on drafting a quarterback? That's a good question.
Boy. 5th round, 6th round. It'll be more later in the draft.
I'm with you.
I don't think they're going to invest the high pick on a quarterback. Because if they invest the high pick, like a 3rd round pick on a quarterback, then that says a lot about what they think of Trey.
So this is what I'm thinking. I don't think they draft a quarterback until the 7th round. And I only think they draft a quarterback if they have a high grade on him and he's available.
Yes.
Because if not, they'll just get one undrafted, and then that's a free agent, technically. You get what I'm saying with this? So don't think about it being a free agent of a name that you know. It could be an undrafted free agent, UDFA.
Yep.
Okay. Case 49 says, play the clip. He never said split. He said that they were going to get some reps. He said that Sam Darnold will get reps, and then he said that Trey Lance will get reps. To me, that's a split. It doesn't mean it's down the middle. It's just a split of reps. It could be Trey, you take 9, Darnold, you take 1. You know what I'm saying? So he did say that he was going to get both of them in there. If you watch the whole thing, Case 49, that's what I heard. Did anybody hear anything differently? Because that's what I heard. He didn't say it was going to be a split down the middle, and I'm glad Jason made that prominent here on today's show. But when you hear split, you think it's
You
50.
think, yeah, you think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
But
What are your thoughts? Bunless Hot Dog says Niners will sign Ben Kurt again, who's playing in the XFL, I believe.
XFL, yeah, San Antonio.
Yeah. What do you think
And
about him coming back?
no.
No. I guarantee you, I can tell you who the practice squad quarterback is going to be.
Who's that?
It's going to be Josh Johnson. I promise.
Oh man.
I guarantee you it's going to be Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson will cost the 49ers $2.50.
True.
How much? Do you know how much he made last year? I'm sorry.
How much he made last year?
Yeah, I'm just curious. I don't want to say that he cost $2.50. That's kind of unfair, but that's what it seems like.
I can't remember when he was signed. He was signed after the Jimmy injury.
Yes, he was signed late
in the season. Once Jimmy went down, they signed him. They made that like it was like right away after the game. They made the announcement, or the beat writers were saying the 49ers are going to sign Josh Johnson off the Denver practice squad. I think he made like maybe 500 to 600 grand last year.
Yeah.
I agree, Peachy.
This is funny. He should have made $20. I don't know what the 49ers paid him, but apparently they didn't want Ben Roethlisberger. He was going to cost too much money. They didn't want to go get one of those veteran guys because it was literally a guy coming in to back up Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, look, if he's willing to play, what's the vet? Do players have to play for vet minimums, right?
Yeah, you have to have at least a veteran minimum.
And what's that number?
That for this year would be for him, it would be 1.165 million, but he would qualify for the veteran minimum benefit salary deal, which would be 940 grand.
Yeah.
But the practice squad is like going to be like 300 grand maybe.
Oh, so they'll sign him for the vet minimum and then revert him to the practice squad and get money kicked back? Is that how it works?
Basically, the money is never paid to them because they don't get paid. They get paid during training camp, but they don't get paid like on the salary cap.
Got you. Practice squad players don't count, of course, against the cap.
They count when the season starts.
Got you. Real good breakdown. Brian Cope says, Wayne, I heard they aren't keeping 3 quarterbacks. Well, in the interview with Kyle, he said he wanted to have 3 quarterbacks at camp. Guess who's not going to be at camp? Brock. So if he wants 3 quarterbacks at camp, either they draft a guy or they sign a free agent. Those are the only 2 ways they're going to be able to have 3 quarterbacks in camp. He said that he doesn't believe drafting, if they draft a quarterback, he's going to be able to come in here and beat out any one of the guys in here. But they thought that last year too, and Brock Purdy beat out Nate Sudfeld. Yeah. So he said he wanted 3 in camp, doing a better job at listening to the listenings. They be saying words within the words. That's what he said. I'll try to post a clip of that. I have it all clipped up. I'll try to get the clip for you guys to hear it. But there are going to be some interesting prospects. If you could pick a quarterback to draft that you feel like will be available in that 7th round, somebody you got a higher grade on, who do you think will come in? Who do you want to come in here and be that quarterback?
I haven't done much research on the quarterbacks in the draft because we just don't need so much. Because we don't have a huge need at quarterback. I mean, we have 3. Brock is hurt.
Correct.
Yes. But we have 2 quarterbacks that are making good money. So if anybody, I would think that they would look at like a Stetson Bennett.
Oh, that's Peachy's high on Stetson Bennett. It's the Georgia kid. He's an older kid. He's great. Yeah. He's a champion.
Yep.
And are people forgetting that he was one of the best quarterbacks at the combine? Like, His passes, them passes were dope. The deep ball was phenomenal. It was right where the receiver needed to be to catch it. Are we forgetting that we watched Bennett? I don't think Bennett falls that deep into the
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, somebody's gonna take a chance on him. But if he
Yep.
does, and he's in the 7th round, that
You
probably
take
will be
him.
the guy that the 49ers go with.
Hmm.
All right. A lot of people are saying the kid out of Fordham, he played phenomenal in college. I was watching film on him yesterday. I'm like, okay, I can see him coming in here. I like Dorian Thompson Robinson. I know a lot of people feel like he's going to be one of those running type of quarterbacks. I mean, he's pretty
Right.
damn good in the
Yeah.
pocket from UCLA. He's pretty
Yep.
damn good
UCLA.
in the pocket. Okay. So he may be available. If he's available, also the 49ers met with him. So pay attention to some of the players that the 49ers actually had official meetings with. Pay attention to
Mhm.
that. That's
Yeah.
going to be key. Listen, next week is April. That's when the draft is really going to be hitting off. I actually like the quarterbacks plan that Jason and I like. We actually touched and agreed upon a lot of the same tendencies. We feel like Trey Lance is quarterback 2. We feel like Sam Darnold will be pushing to be quarterback 2. Like it's not going to be it's going to be a competition, but it's going to be lopsided to where it's going to be set up for Trey Lance to lose. So Trey Lance will get all the opportunity. He would get the majority of the opportunity. So let's take it for
Mhm.
10 reps. He's going to get 8, at least 8 of them. That's 80-20, right? That's how I'm thinking. You're saying 7-30. He'll get 7. Sam will come in with the first team and get 3. I think they're going to treat it just like they did last year, but they feel way more confident in having Sam Darnold as that third
Mhm.
string to back up, you know what I'm saying? Didn't having when it was Brock Purdy, it was Jimmy Garoppolo once they signed him, and then it was Trey Lance that they decided to go all in on. So it's going to be
Yep.
interesting to break down. Jason, I appreciate you for coming on here, man. Let everybody know where they
Yeah.
can go
Anytime.
and find you.
Yep. Go to 49erscap.com or follow me on Twitter at 49erscap.
There it is, guys. And it's right there below in the ticker at the bottom of the screen. And I'll do my best. I'll make sure I put it in the description of the show. Jason, thanks for jumping on, man. I hope to see you
Thank
next week.
you.
All right, brother.
I will.
Peace.
Okay. Peace.
All right, man. Hold up. Let me switch it up. Shout out to my man Steve, man, for the new overlays. You guys like the new overlays? They're looking pretty crisp out there. Shout out to Steve. Steve Mullen Jr. If you guys need graphics and designs and all that good stuff, man, make sure you go ahead and check them out. I got to get to, we got a new member of the Breezy's Bunch. Bunless Hot Dog. Now, Bunless Hot Dog, I got to understand. I want to know why you came up with that name. I'm curious to know, like, that name. Because it's funny. I eat my hot dogs now without the buns. I'm doing the no carbs and I can't eat the breads, but damn, I'll take a good hot dog. I tell you right now. What's your favorite brand of hot dogs out there, guys? If you eat hot dogs, some people don't eat hot dogs because I don't even know what them junks are, but people eat them. What's your favorite brand? Curious to know. I like the Hummels with the skin. That way, when you eat them, they pop and snap and crack, whatever. I don't know what people eat out there, but hey, man, Bunless Hot Dog, appreciate you. Thank you for coming a member of the Breezy's Bunch. Truly appreciate you. Check this out, guys. We got some contributions we want to get to, and it's the super chat segment coming up right here. And then we're going to have the poll question, and then we're going to get up out of here, man. So shout out to everybody that's watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying in here. We got a few more minutes. Give me 5 more minutes. I'll let you guys go. All right, 5 more minutes. You guys can be out. Let's get to the super chat segment of the show. All right, Sean started it off. I'm gonna do the foghorn one time for everybody. Bam. We were talking earlier on the show. Sean Shepard says D could sign the jerseys and sell them for more. No. So you're saying you want Deebo Samuel, Sean, to spend $1.5 million and then sell the jerseys? Hey, why not? He got the bread. Why not? Me, I'm not that type of. I don't know how to sell stuff. It's not what I do. Speaking of selling, make sure you go to www.twben.com/shop and cop some of this Wayne Breezy apparel. We got hoodies, we got shirts for the ladies. We're working on the kids apparel. The nitty gritty stuff will be on there very shortly. We got a new nitty gritty type of logo that's about to drop. So make sure you guys go check it out, man. Shout out to my man Ty. He's doing a great job. It's right there, twben.com/shop. Miss Jacqueline Knox says, "Good morning, Breezy and Jason. You guys are the best to do it. Great content every time. I love it, and keep up the great work with the emojis. Thank you, Jax. I appreciate the super chat contribution. Uncle Scott, hey Wayne and Jason, how much money do we have to spend on rookies?" He answered it at the end. Listen, these rookies aren't. The majority of the rookies aren't going to cost against the top 51. A few of the third round picks may cost against the top 51. And from that, that's what's going to go and hit you on that salary cap. If we have 3 picks, we'll see what happens. We might only have 1 pick. They may use 2 of those picks and bundle up even closer in the third round. We'll see what happens. They may use all 3 of them and just pick 1 third round pick. So it's interesting that how this stuff pans out. But Uncle Scott, thank you so much for the super chat contribution. Sean is back. He says, "We just sending Sunset Scavengers to remove the Jimmy. Jim should change his number to -0, which is what he brings to the game. Garbagalo or Garbagalo, however you want to say it. The traders, aka the Raiders, have and always will be trash. Thank God out of Cali. I can tell I can tell you that Sean does not like the Raiders. I don't care if they're Los Angeles, Oakland, Vegas. It does not matter. He does not like the Raiders. That's just not what he likes. I mean, a lot of 49er faithful fans don't like the Raiders, and I can understand why. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I see y'all hot dog. I'm gonna take that to the Discord. Like, if y'all eat hot dogs, what's your favorite brand? I see it out there. We have another super chat contribution from Jax. This is to Jason. Jason, you're so dope. I understand your takes. Thank you so much when you talk about the salary cap. She feels that you're a big help. And thank you, Jason, for being able to break some of the things down that you're able to break down on the fly. It's not like I give Jason a blueprint of what we're going to do on the show. So it's interesting to see of how that goes down. All right. So thank you guys for the super chat contributions. I appreciate it, man. They all go a long way. And it's really cool because we're gonna have some special guests come on the show soon. They cost money, believe it or not, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get to, I saw there were a couple of questions that I starred as well. Alberto says, "Yo, Breezy, you said if they're 3-4, you switch. But what if the games are close and it's not on Trey? Do you still do the switch?" Interesting. I don't, if you go with the 49ers track record, no, right? Like, you don't do the switch because for some reason the 49ers flip a switch and then they go on a winning spree. I kind of like that bye game being where it is. I'm hoping that it's there again, right? So no, I wouldn't make the switch if the losing isn't, if Trey Lance is playing well and we're losing games, no, I wouldn't make the switch. If Trey Lance is playing well and we're 1-6, I don't see how we could be 1-6 if he's playing well. But if he's not playing well and we're like 1-6, I think you go ahead and make the switch, or a 2 and whatever, because now your quarterback. I mean, then again, maybe you don't, because how hard will it be to come back to have a winning season? Maybe you just let Brock take the whole season off. You count the season as a wash. You get a higher first round pick. We got a first round pick next year. Maybe that's what you do. I don't know. Interesting question. I love the take on it. But if we're 3-4 and he's playing well, no, I wouldn't actually make the switch, because I think that the team is going to flip a switch and we'll get over the hump. Usually we make some type of midseason trade and all those different types of things. Emilio says, "Hey, Breezy, do you really want a quarterback that played 56 games with 90 combined interceptions?" People are not talking about Sam Darnold's interceptions. The dude got more interceptions than, I don't even know. He just got a lot of interceptions. Now, Kyle Shanahan seems pretty high on Sam Darnold because he feels like he has a great, unique type of a skill set, and now he's going to be on a team that's way better than any team that he's ever played on. But does that make him not throw those interceptions? So this is a really good thing to stand upon, Emilio. That's why it was so weird about bringing in a guy like Sam Darnold, who just gives the ball back to the other team. That's like Jimmy Garoppolo again. You know what I mean? I'm curious to know those interceptions. Where did they go? Did they go to the linebacker? Because if so, he's got to go. All right. Listen, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Listen, 5 p.m. I believe 5 p.m. I'm putting it out there. I got to hit up Larry. Got to make sure he's still good. As of right now, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Larry Kruger will be here. We'll be doing the Wayne Breezy Show Part 2 on the same day. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our SF 49ers channel, that's my boy Raj, it'll be the R&B Show Volume 2. Episode 2 will be today. Plenty of content for you guys. I believe nothing but Niners is going live tonight. There's plenty of 49ers content from your favorite 49ers content creators. Make sure your alerts are on and set to all. Don't have them personalized or you're going to miss out on a show. Love you guys. I forgot to do this, so give me a second. Y'all keep talking. I got to upload this video real quick. Shout out to my man, Steve. We have a thanks for watching video that I wanted to show you guys. But listen, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I forgot the poll question. So you know what? I don't have to stop. I could keep it going. Let's go. Poll question ending right now. Shout out to the 115 votes and our poll question for today. All right. So let's get to this poll question because this is an interesting one. All right. The question is simply, does Kyle Shanahan and John seem to be on the same page? I should have said John Lynch. Do they seem to be on the same page? Somewhat, always on the same page, or never? 57% of you guys said somewhat, like somewhat they're on the same page. It's kind of awkward. It's like, yeah, but no. Or no, but yeah. It's very weird. Somewhat they're on the same page. I agree with you. If I had to vote, it would have been somewhat. They don't always seem to be eye to eye on things. But hey, who that you got a general manager, you got a head coach who's like a general manager. At some point, Kyle Shanahan's gonna end up like a Bill Belichick anyway. So that's what it's gonna come down to. There's a story going around that Meek Mill, y'all guys know who Meek Mill is? Meek Mill wants to know. He hit up Robert Kraft. He texted him, "Hey, Kraft." Kraft was like, "What's going on, Meek?" He was like, "Listen, Lamar Jackson wants to play in New England." You know what Robert Kraft said to Meek Mill? He said, "That's up to Bill." I'm like, dude, you're the owner. He doesn't get in it. He made Bill Belichick the general manager. Luckily, the 49ers general manager is John Lynch, so there's going to be some type of discourse there. I'm glad we have a general manager that doesn't always agree, but that's not going to butt heads like a Trent Baalke. It's kind of what ruined the relationship with Jim Harbaugh. We were winning. They butted heads. We lost our coach. Next thing you know, the Niners were trash again. So it's going to be really cool to see how we're going forward. Stay tuned for all the content that's coming out. Appreciate you guys. And check out the new videos. My first time seeing it. So thanks for watching. Peace.